Yeah, and then going forward, I'm going to eat like as much red meat, which sucks. And I won't be able to eat like.
Can't do like oats, right? Oh, okay.
Like, I heard drink a lot of water. That's a meal, but now, like, I need to do like just easy stuff.
Right. Yeah, that sucks.
Those people suck. They're like.
Oh yeah, motherfuckers. Welcome to the Yeah Dude podcast. Here we are in Connecticut with Connecticut comedians talking about not a whole lot, but we're here to hopefully make you laugh. So if you like to laugh and you enjoy comedy, like and subscribe, please. But other than that, you know, go jerk off after this. Watch some porno. And say hello to my guest today. We have Mike Massaro, first time here.
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Cliff Mula.
What up?
And Corrine Tryon.
Hello.
There we go. Here we are. I'm excited to have you guys on, man. Since I moved back to Connecticut, you guys are the OG comics here in Connecticut, and I love hanging out with you.
Thanks, Kev.
You sound like a fossil, man. I don't like hearing OG comics, man.
I know. I fucking Dean Diaz.
OG at being broke.
Dean Diaz calls me OG, but I know he calls me OG because I'm old. It's like,
Yeah,
fuck.
motherfucker's like 22.
What's that?
I said that motherfucker's like 22.
I know,
He
dude.
calls me auntie.
I remember one time I was moving chairs and Dean goes, Mike, let me help you with that. You're an old man. You don't need that.
That's so right.
29. Like,
Give me a break. You're only 29?
Yeah.
How old are you, Cliff?
33. I'll be 34 this month.
Yeah. I don't know
Almost
about
at
you.
34.
I don't know about you though. I think I actually I prefer my 30s over my 20s.
Facts.
It's better. You just know. I think you
I
like
don't
know
care.
more. You don't care as much.
I don't care as much, man. It's like, blah.
I grew up I don't know if you guys did. You guys I don't know. I guess everyone is when they're a kid, but super impressionable to be cool or be you just wanted to be. You care so much about being liked, but. I guess that's why we do comedy, because we still care about
Sure,
being
to a
liked.
certain degree, but like Cliff's saying, I feel like I just don't care really ultimately. It's like, if you do, great. If not, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
also whatever.
This is true.
I'm going to be the way I am at this point. I think we're usually in your 30s, you're kind of solidified as a person.
Which is kind of disappointing when you think about who you are. I'm like, damn it. when I hear people say people don't change, I'm like, fuck.
I mean, I think there's always
I'm never
You gotta
opportunity.
evolve in some things, man.
There's always opportunity for growth, sure, but
But it's hard. I mean, when you look at yourself and you're like, man, I've been making the same mistakes for 20 years.
ain't that the truth?
I literally thought that to myself the other day. I was going back and I was like, I've been using alcohol to solve all my problems for, oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
Have they been solved, though?
No,
You really
they,
thought-
they just keep
Damn it.
going. They just keep rolling on to new problems.
I know. It's ridiculous. It's so hard to I don't know. It's just hard to be healthy, because
Yeah.
being not healthy is so much fun.
It is.
That's a good thing to replace boredom.
Yeah.
Like when you're bored, you just
absolutely. Just instant dopamine from food, fucking drugs, whatever you can get your hands on.
Yeah, I think they say, somebody said the opposite of happiness is boredom.
Interesting.
It's just because I guess that makes sense, because it's not.
Not knowing what to do at all.
Yeah, because if you were happy, you couldn't be bored. If you were truly happy, it would be hard to be happy and bored, because you'd be doing something that you enjoy.
Yeah, you wouldn't be looking for something to do if you're happy.
Yeah, no, I know.
Do you have a lighter?
I think so.
I didn't grab one.
I
Sorry,
think
guys.
so.
Just interrupt the pod for a lighter.
No, there's no interruption. Oh no, me first, me first.
Thank you.
So, Mike, you're dying. You're in the hospital.
We have 2 hospital patients here
that's
today.
true. How was your experience? Did you go to Hartford as well?
No, I just went to the emergency room right over here.
Oh, okay.
Thank God
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
only 3 minutes away.
I was gonna say, yeah. If you don't go, don't ever go to Hartford Hospital's
No.
emergency department. I will say the care I got, once I got admitted, it's fantastic. The doctors, nurses, surgical staff, they're
Super
all
great.
very good. The fucking emergency nurses can all go fuck themselves. I wrote a couple jokes. No, I'm dead serious. I wrote a couple jokes about it that I'm trying to work on. But this is I'm laying there I was supposed to get this antibiotic at 11 a.m. It's 4 now. I've been sitting in the hallway for a few hours. I'm like, hey, I know I need this. My thing's beeping. I'm trying to get someone's attention. The pain's really bad. I'm at this point crying, and I'm crying. I'm holding my son. I'm going, please help me. Please, somebody help me. Somebody help me. And I shit you not, there's 2 nurses about 4.5 feet in front of me that are just avoiding eye contact. And they
No way.
They start talking to each other. And
It's like an episode of Scrubs.
Dude, literally. And one of them goes, "Girl, did you see the new socks I got for Christmas?" She goes, "Taylor Swift? Those are awesome." And they start like fucking talking about their favorite Taylor Swift songs. And I was like, I'm dying to get a new career. Like, why are you in healthcare? You know,
I
like,
used to work at Hartford Hospital, and I worked in the storeroom, and those motherfuckers is dumb.
yeah,
They'll call. I'll be sitting at a desk. I'll be sitting at a desk. There was a window. Like some of the PCAs would give me like a paper. I go in the back, get whatever they wanted. But like sometimes I would tell them how to do their job, and I'm like, yo, I'm not. You know, I don't know. It was so stupid.
Well, that's the thing, dude. It's like these, like it's with anything, like service industry, all of it. Like nobody likes their job. Like everyone's so miserable that no one gives a fuck about doing it like their job.
Everybody's working like 60 hours and they're all alcoholics, bro. Like fuck.
Yeah. And like it's like it'd be like being a teacher, right? Like you worked in schools, right? Before, Mike, you worked in like you were never like substitute teacher? You just look like a substitute teacher.
Substitute teacher.
I had a health teacher looks like you.
I'm really good at putting on movies.
Yeah.
His name was Mr. Lorenzini.
Mr. Lorenzini.
That's who Mike looks like?
Yeah, no, this guy.
Fellow Guinea.
Another Italian.
Just like you, like dark, hairy. You know, he look like you, for real. I'm like, yo, he looks like...
I mean, it doesn't help wearing the sweater either. You're totally giving teacher.
I'm just cold. I need like the thickest thing I have.
But I mean, like, I feel like you put they said that's nice.
Yeah, the heater's fucking
if you put on like a loincloth, I think you would immediately go, you would look like a perfect caveman.
You know, there's a great picture of me somewhere.
With a loincloth?
No. So like I went to a bachelor party up in Vermont, and if you guys ever get the chance, like there's
go to Vermont.
I forget what the name of the place is, but it's Washington, Vermont, I believe. And there's a natural like swimming hole on top of this mountain you can hike to.
Oh, sick.
And then, but above the swimming hole, like it kind of runs. There's like this rock thing that runs down. That's a natural water slide. And you can dam it up. 3 guys, you just sit next to each other and dam it up with your asses, and then like the water builds up. And you can slide down it. So there's a picture of me sliding down a rock water slide somewhere, and like
Tarzan.
It looks like you in like 500 BC.
Yeah, except for the neon bathing suit. Everything.
Yeah. They weren't very popular back then.
No.
Where'd you say that was?
It's in Vermont. I'll try to find it and I'll send it to you if you want to. Like, I don't know if you post stuff with it, but it's like I would recommend that anyone who likes going hiking like go.
Yeah, it sounds
one of the coolest
sweet.
fucking things I've ever seen.
I love natural ice hot springs. You ever been to like a natural hot spring?
I haven't, but I want to so bad.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. There's a place in Colorado, Ouray, Colorado, and they have like it's just all the water underneath like the mountains are all warmed up, so they have like hotels and all the pools are just heated from the
geothermal.
It's pretty sweet. Did you pass this to me?
I did.
Nice.
I feel like that would be very relaxing. Nice little like.
Oh, there's nothing better than doing snow stuff and then getting in a hot tub.
Yeah.
Like while it's snowing outside, being in a hot tub.
I think the first time I did that was in Vermont as a kid. I remember like snowing, picturesque, going outside, freezing cold, and getting into the hot tub after a long day.
It's the best.
Best feeling.
What's the craziest thing you guys ever did in a hot tub?
I've never been in a hot tub.
You've never been in a hot tub?
I watched a dude almost die from
Can somebody
too much
get this
DXM.
guy a hot tub?
Give me a hot tub. If you're watching, give me a hot tub. Give me a hot tub.
Or if you have a hot tub, invite him over. Get him in there.
That one's probably dude, the electrical bills on hot tubs I've heard are fucking crazy.
Oh, really? I bet.
I have a buddy who had one for like a hot second, and he just hated paying the bill. So he was just like, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're paying $80 extra a month or something like that for a hot tub, like you better be using the shit out of that hot tub.
They have like the blow up ones now. I think Dave Vidala has.
Should I get a hot tub in here?
Yeah, right. That's just in the corner.
We can do a podcast.
It's
in
just
the
a
hot
spa
tub.
/ podcast. I like that hot tub time machine.
I love that movie. That's a fucking good one. You ever do anything crazy in a
I
hot
almost
tub?
saw a dude pass out like and die from too much DXM. He stayed in the hot tub for too long and nobody knew he was in the hot tub. So we come outside and he was like slumped over, like literally about to go under the water, and we had to pull him out. No, we were like, "Where's Phil?" And then we just like went and found him in the hot tub. He had a great time. He had no idea that he was that fucked up. But that
DXM,
was probably the
like
crazy.
robo tripping?
Yeah, we used to robo trip a lot when I was a teenager.
What is a robo trip? What's that?
So you literally just drink coffee, you drink Robitussin, and then you become like a robot. It's really crazy. Like you can't move because your body's just like frozen from too much dextromorphazine
That
or
is
whatever
wild.
it is.
All the white kids were doing it growing up.
Yeah, of course.
I worked at let's say an unnamed pharmacy. And so I used to do this thing where, like, if you bought one bottle, you'd leave with two. And so all my friends were doing that for a little while.
We would, when I was in high school, we used to steal Coricidin.
Same idea.
Same thing, yeah.
Or Benadryl.
But
We
it's
used to take
crazy.
Benadryl
like,
pills, too.
We would take. There's like 16, 20
fun
pills.
drugs.
I know.
There's like 16, 20 pills in a box, and we would eat
All of
two
them.
boxes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And yeah, it was.
See the Hat Man real quick.
It was insane. I mean, I was thinking about this earlier today. It's interesting when I meet someone like in their 20s or in their 30s, and they're like, and you're around like a drug, and they're, oh, I've never done that before. I was like, man, I wonder what it would be like to like be a functioning adult if I didn't start doing drugs when I was 14 years old.
Also, I agree. I wonder what that would have been like.
Like, I'd probably be smarter, I think.
When was the first time all you guys smoked like weed or did your first drug? Because I was 14.
I was
literally
12
14.
when I first smoked weed.
12?
Yeah.
Damn.
But
I smoked cigarettes.
I
at
wasn't like a
12,
full
but
blown
not
pothead
weed.
till like 17, 18.
Yeah.
I would smoke it every now and then.
Yeah. Remember when you first started smoking weed and you like tripped
Maybe
out?
16.
You get crazy munchies. I once was eating a bowl of cereal, and I was watching my friend eat a bowl of cereal, and like with each bite that he took, his head got bigger. We're on weed.
We're on weed, man.
I started at 18. I didn't start smoking
Oh,
or
really?
drinking or anything.
Wow,
yet,
you
but,
were a good boy.
That's good.
But
That's good for your brain. That's
But it
why
didn't
you're
help you.
smart.
still here, baby.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, but like I remember one time one of my buddies, like, we got so stoned that we come, it's like December, January, something like that. We come back to my parents' house, and we like come in the back door all quiet, and he's like, oh, I'm hungry, like I need something to eat. He didn't want anything that was in the house. He goes out to his car and he's like, I got something in there. Can of SpaghettiOs that he had in the back, completely frozen solid. So he's sitting there trying to chisel frozen SpaghettiOs out with a fork.
Oh
and, like,
my
eating them.
God.
He fell asleep with like the fork stuck in it. Like,
Yep,
just laying- yeah.
That's classic weed shit as when you're a kid.
Wow. Frozen
Good
SpaghettiOs.
times.
Yeah, when I was 16, and maybe it had to be like the third or fourth time I ever got high. It was like the last day of school, and I had like a bag of weed in my shoe, and I was scared of getting caught. It was like a $4 bag of weed.
$4.
It was AZ.
It's not even a dime
It was a $4 bag. It was a little ass bag. So I pulled it out my shoe in front of this building I was walking by. My boy White's Tamir, he's like, yo, we need a Dutch. So some older guy saw us from behind, like at the building. He's like, hey. I thought he was gonna take it away from us. He's like, I got a Dutch for you in that car. And I'm like, oh shit. So we went to the back of this building. We started smoking weed all day. Like all day was like 3 blunts. And there was these hood rat chicks. And we went to some like abandoned
The best
apartment.
kind of chicks,
and
if
we
you
just started
ask
having
me.
like, we started dry humping each other.
Oh my God.
It was so fun though.
Sounds like an episode of freaking Skins.
We were like
What the
16.
hell?
It was. Yo, yes. Oh, yeah. Fuck it. I'm going to tell these stories. I don't care. But it was like a thing. Like, it'd be like, I used to always thought it was nasty, just preface this, but there'll be a girl and she's like blowing like 3 guys. Like,
Oh my
we're all, like,
God.
waiting in line to get blown. Like, we take them in like
Whoa.
a laundry room and shit like that.
How
It's like,
old?
Whoa, a hope
We
for
were,
show.
16,
Oh my
like teenagers.
God.
And that was
That's
like a thing though.
awesome.
Because we couldn't bring her to
I
our
didn't get
parents'
to do
house, so
that.
we
If-
take a girl back of a building, bend her over, It's
If
just
I
like,
had the opportunity when I was 16, I
I'm
would
mortified.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were
I'm
horrified.
mortified.
I mean, it was
right now.
consent.
I know, I
Okay,
just-
all right.
I-
It was
my-
consent.
listen.
Consent.
My girlfriends did some freaky shit. Okay, I remember there was the year that Janet Jackson accidentally showed her nipple on the Super Bowl.
yeah, I remember
we
that.
all got together, and I missed that because my mom made me come home because she wouldn't let me sleep over at my friend's house, and the Super Bowl was going way too long.
Mom.
No, my mom saved my life because I ended up the next day. I went to school, and everyone was like, "Oh, we heard about what happened. We heard about what happened." I was like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "The orgy. You were there," and I was like, "I was not fucking there. I was not there. My mom. I can promise you, my mother did not let me stay, but I was there at the beginning, and then so yeah, I avoided having to deal with saying no to an orgy because I would not have done that. I was way
Whoa.
too prude at that point in my life.
I didn't get buns at all in high school, really. I didn't lose my virginity until my senior year.
That's not bad.
No,
that's
that's not
not bad.
bad, but it was like still like I felt like I talked to some of my friends and like they were getting cheeks in high school.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do. Like I said before, like I cared too much about what people thought of me, and that's not attractive.
I was like an in-betweener. Like,
Same.
I didn't start getting more to like maybe my junior, senior year, but that's because I went to Weaver High School, and I was more like a raw school. Like, girls just getting caught sucking dick, and it's like, whatever. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like, it's just like, it was hoes, bro.
My school was like that. I just like I didn't quite. I would cripple. Like I would have a lot of opportunities with a girl. Like I knew that.
You fumble the bag.
I always fumble. Like once I knew that I had it, I'd be like, oh.
That happened to me when I was 8. I fumbled a girl out. It was this. I'll be walking down the street and I see this like Puerto Rican girl. She was 8 too, like the same age as me, and she had like olive skin, like green eyes, and like long hair. And she'd be looking at me, like keep looking at me. And then one day she was like, "I like you. I want you to be my boyfriend." I just ran like a little bitch. I ran like a fag. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh shit.
That's so cute.
Where you at now?
Ladies, Cliff Mula is here
I'm
in
here now.
Connecticut.
Not a pussy.
He's not a pussy anymore. I'm still a pussy.
I went to an all guys high school, so there weren't a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was like a Catholic school?
Yep.
Which I did for fun. Fuck.
Catholic school kids aren't crazy? What's like the crazy things Catholics
I mean,
I feel like
there
they'd be
were-
doing way more
no,
drugs.
I mean, there definitely were crazy, like kids who did crazy shit. I just wasn't one of them. Like there were like, I don't know. I wasn't like a party person back then. I was,
Yeah,
like,
what did you
I
do?
was
What
like
was your-
super religious, and I was like, very,
Oh, were you?
know,
You were really into it, but you're not anymore.
No, I mean, I'm religious now, but not the same. Not in the same.
Not like
way.
following the scripture.
Spiritual,
Like,
not religious.
No, I wouldn't even say that. Like, it's like I'm, I go to mass and shit. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just like, I don't think that people, not to get like too serious or whatever, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just don't think that like human institutions should be given as much weight as they are. But like back then, you know what I mean? Like people like to obsess over the rules so they can look down on each other when really it's about
I
like,
hate
your
that.
relationship
too-
with God.
Yeah,
Right.
it's more of a
God is
one-on-one
everywhere.
thing.
You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
always
yeah.
worship God if you
Exactly.
believe. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
And
I feel like you could cut a deal with him. Like, yo, listen, I know I ain't been,
Yeah.
if I only
Yeah.
could,
If I
I'll make
do
a
this-
deal with God.
Sometimes. Because that's that guilt. You be like, oh, shit.
I'll do anything. I swear to God.
I swear that I was like, because I was getting beat down a lot trying to like get this place together, and I feel like that's part of the reason why I got my finger hurt. Because I
Slow
was like,
down.
no, I finished because like everything was going against me, and then like I finished this wall, and I was like, "Fuck you, universe! I got this. I'll do whatever the fuck I want." And then like a few days later, I hurt myself. I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't talk to God like that.
Yeah. He does get mad sometimes.
It's like it's like a humbling, you know. It's like, and it is a reminder to slow down too.
Yeah, and just sort of look after yourself, like it's like you gotta like, I don't know, that's the whole like health thing, right?
It's like
We're talking
Sunday
about
school right now.
No,
It is Sunday.
Sometimes
We're worshiping today.
I like to get a little serious sometimes. I don't mind a little serious, like talk about fucking cool shit, but I also like talking about dicks and buttholes because it's hilarious. Well, so what kind of shit did you do, and what kind of was your like? What'd you do for fun in high school?
We used to like, I don't know, go harass people who work at Dunkin' Donuts usually. It's like, we would go to this one Dunkin' in Middletown, and we
Were there
would
Puerto Ricans
we'd
there
try
too?
to get like someone who was it? I think it was Andrew Moore figured out that like, shout out to Andrew Moore, he's in Torrid Daughtry right now. He's a fucking drum tech. With
Oh,
he's
that's awesome.
Nice.
But
We'll
he,
put a fucking thingy up.
Oh hell yeah! But he had figured out that like we could order like whipped cream and water for free. So then it just became a harassing thing. We just
my
go, hey, can I
God.
get a water and whipped cream? And they were just like, okay, yeah, like again, we're here every fucking day. Yeah, we just hang out in Dunkin' for hours, go to Walmart and walk around and cause problems,
Nice.
Still regular kid shit.
still
we were all
regular
doing
kid
that
shit.
too.
We just weren't on drugs. We were just
I get it.
retarded sober.
Yeah, the kids I grew up with were freaking reckless. Some of my friends were working at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, yeah.
And like they were selling weed through the fucking drive-through.
Classic.
And
Yeah.
just straight robbing the place. Like they were just using like with like when you get cash and
Yep.
stuff, and just like they had like a system where they were just raking, and they never got caught. I don't think.
Easily. Oh yeah, dude. I worked at Dunkin' and that was like, it was such a joke. We had so much fun. Like,
Well,
that-
I don't know
yeah, that
about you
was
guys,
so
but
much
like
fun.
my first job, they didn't have cameras everywhere then. They literally didn't. Like I remember when they
That's true.
installed them when I was working there. Like I started working in 2005, so
2005. Like, wait, yeah. So how old were you when you got your first job?
I had just turned, or I was almost 16. I was just before 16. I was 15 years old.
I got
So
my
I've been
fir-
working over half my life.
Yeah, I started working. I got my first job when I was 14.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I was like 15, 16.
They hired me at 15, but I turned 16 like a couple months later.
What was your first job?
I think I was working at a barber shop, but I got fired like the second day. 'Cause I fell
What were you
asleep.
doing at a barbershop, cutting hair?
No, and I was a cutting hair. I was just like cleaning up hair.
Oh, gotcha.
But I did it for like 2 days. But then I had another year, like a year later, I had a summer job. And I was working in the bottom of Capital Community College in a basement, like storing up boxes and shit like that.
Okay. You got fired from that one too?
No. I worked there for like 2-3 months. That was like when I first started feeling like an adult because I was able to like get a bottle. You know what I mean? Me and my friends on Fridays, we all work summer jobs. He's making like $250. We used to cop a little weed on the side and sell it and shit. And I'm like, yeah, it was fun. We just cop a little bottle, go half on like Ran F and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
For like $4, for like $10, you go outside with $10, we get a grinder and we get a fucking and we get drunk.
Damn,
But it's
those
just
are the
cool.
days, man.
It's just
I
cool when you
know.
start making
So
making
simple.
money.
Yeah.
Like it's like I remember it was for me it was like when I joined the
I think it was
Navy.
more fun when I didn't have that much money.
Yeah.
Let's say what?
I think it was more fun when I didn't have that much money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was fun for $10. You don't need fun now. Going out having fun.
Yeah.
As an
Oh,
adult,
yeah.
You don't
Too
need
much money.
$10. That's the gas.
Nah, dude, I can't make. I'm horrible at spending money. I am like
too.
absolutely horrible at spending money. Like that's why I have a drug problem sometimes. Because when I want something, I want it, and if
Yeah.
I have money in my pocket,
I'm
I
gonna
will
do
buy
it.
it.
Same.
Oh yeah, because you like
like
gambling,
gamble,
dude.
yeah.
You're a gamble
The
guy.
impulses.
I love gambling.
Yeah, dude. You've heard I've told my story on stage or whatever. But have you ever had what was like the most devastating lost gambling decision? Do you think?
I mean, so usually for me, it's like I say usually because it's ongoing. It happens all the time. But like, it's like I'll get these crazy wins and then I will just blow them and then I'll sit there and be like, I had recently, I had fucking $800 that I'd gone up and I just wasted it all that.
What'd you start with?
I started with like 2. I went down to like 180 something with my last 20. I hit a few. I think I ran some of it up on a slot. I got like a $200-$300 jackpot. I hit another one that was like a few $100 here on roulette. Roulette hit really nice that night, and then the last one was fucking what the hell was it? I think Spanish 21. Spanish
I
card
like
table.
Spanish 21.
Yeah.
That's what you can double
the
down
difference?
anytime, right?
Double down anytime, and they don't have 10s in the deck, I think. So it's a little bit harder to bust,
Oh,
which is
interesting.
good.
It's always better
Yeah.
than
Yeah, it always happens too much for me.
Edge for the whole game.
This game is called
No,
edging.
I love gambling. The worst thing, yeah,
I do too.
I think I've
I
told
think I
it-
just love dopamine,
You
like
guys-
Mike said.
you guys might have heard this story, but I don't know if the podcast hasn't yet. So yeah, when I was in San Diego, I had work the next day, and I was driving home, or driving back to the ship, so I had work the next day. There's little poker and card rooms and stuff, just not a casino, just a small card room. So they have blackjack. I go in there and I fucking start gambling, and I turn $80. I just had $80 cash in my pocket. And then I turned that into $2,000.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
But they closed at it was 12 o'clock or midnight or something, so they closed down. Cashed out with 22 or something like that. So I'm like, well, shit, man. If I can turn 80 into 2,000, now I have 2,000.
That's exactly.
There's a 24-hour casinos in San Diego. I'm going. So I went to a casino, and then next thing I know, that $2,000 turned into me walking into the bank at 9 o'clock in the morning, skipping work to take a cash advance on my credit card so I could go back and eventually end up with negative $8,000.
Oh my
Oh
god, Kevin.
That no.
That's wild, yo.
Yeah, that was
damn.
yeah.
You were chasing the dragon with
So
that,
that
one.
Do
one,
you still gamble or no?
sometimes, but not really.
Not to that extent.
But not to that
that's
extent.
good,
I know.
I hope that was
yeah.
a learning experience.
I have a better control on it now. I still get sometimes my problem is I'll go and I'll gamble and when I actually really really don't have the extra money, I'm I can't lose this, and then that's when you fuck up
It
your
is
psychology
easier.
about it.
Yes.
Because you got to kind of play it. I always do better in blackjack when I'm just there to kind of have fun and sit, but once you start getting
transactional.
Oh man, well you
calculating,
start
like,
yeah, it's crazy how different your mind changes based on how much you need it or how scared you are to lose it, like, but it's exciting.
It is. It's dude, and especially when you need it and then it hits and you're just like, I'm destined. Like it's just this is just gonna happen. Like
right, because like that's the funny thing when you start winning, you're just like, is this the night?
Yeah.
Like, am I just gonna make am I gonna make like 10 grand tonight? It's like this is like
I
you start
need this.
you start
and that's how
thinking
you
crazy.
lose all the stuff you build up is just because you think like it's like, okay, well like you said, if I bet 80 to do 2,000, if I bet 2,000, I could turn it into 4 or 8, and then I could turn that 8 into 10. Or
When
20
really
or
you
30,
could just take another 80 and
You could just
luck
blow
could
it.
make another 2 grand though.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't need 2 grand to make more. You made it 2 grand out of 80. Like
Yep.
it's about chance. There's so much more behind it.
$400 off of like $40, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
That
Yeah.
was 10x, dude.
The most I made was $1,000. Same thing. I walked in the casino. Was like, I want that one. Sat down, $20, $1,000. I'm like, I have to leave. Like,
See,
I
that's
have
the
to.
best because then if you actually get out of there,
I went and got food because I was so excited, and then
you gotta get
we
something.
left. I
Gotta
left
purchase
with
something.
like $800-900.
I have learned that that's the trick is like whether it's food or cigarettes, like
Yeah.
it's like you have to have a tether where you're like, okay, I won a bunch of money. I'm
gonna
up.
treat myself.
Break time.
Yeah.
It's time to go stand
Yeah.
outside, smoke a cigarette. Even though I could smoke in here, I'm going to go outside. I'm gonna smoke
you
one,
can't anymore.
and I'm gonna
sons
No,
of
you
bitches.
can.
Yeah, at
There's areas.
at some of them you can, like not Mohegan and Foxwoods, but
Right.
like,
I thought you can smoke in Mohegan and Fox.
No, not anymore.
What?
Yeah,
I haven't
COVID.
been in that long.
COVID ruined it. Yeah.
What the fuck? Fuck
But
COVID.
you know where you can smoke? Twin River Casino in Rhode Island.
Okay.
Is
Oh, yeah.
fucking that place you could smoke inside.
I think MGM you
It's
can
actually
too,
rules.
right?
That was one of my biggest wins recently. Like that spot. That was
Oh, really?
a cool spot. Yeah, but I don't want to go back now because I'm like I'm up there. So I'm like if I go back, I'm due for a loss. Like that's
Oh,
kinda how my
gotcha.
I also am like a firm believer too because they track you when you have those cards and shit because they want to like give you incentive to keep coming back. So the more money you spend, the more they give you to try to come back. So I don't use those cards. I go with money. I put the cash in when I'm done. If I win something, I don't keep the ticket. I go cash it out. And when I put money back in the whatever it is I'm doing, it's gonna be cash because then they can't track you as easily. You know what I mean?
But if you go to the casino regularly, those cards are the shit.
Oh no,
Because
I know.
because it's
But
nice to
it's
like
when
if you lose all
are-
your money and you can get like a free steak. At least you don't feel like it feels pretty good. You're like, thank God. Thank
Instead
God.
of just driving home and eating a quarter pounder with your last $7.
Yeah, because you gave them all of your steak money. Like that's why they're like, "Oh, we feel bad. You're poor now." Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, gambling is fucking crazy. It's a crazy one.
It's so much fun though.
It really
The
is.
phone gambling's the worst.
I did
find.
that for a
Like,
little
it's
bit.
like-
I had
really?
to uninstall it because I won money and then I started getting cocky.
Yeah, I couldn't have
and-
it. I couldn't have it on like, because I mean, I've like set up accounts online. It's like some nights when I'm just like home, I'm like, for you, if I don't like, I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking or whatever, but you just get that like, I need to do I want to gamble. I need to like do something exciting. But I always lose because I just play like blackjack online, and I feel like that's like I'm just asking to lose.
You know, it's a fun way to gamble. Go to the Hartford Hospital ER with a life-threatening illness.
I miss
Now
working
that's
at
a
Hartford
gamble.
Hospital. Not to be mean, but I miss working there. That was one of my favorite jobs. One of my favorite jobs.
Take him back.
Really, it was one of my favorite jobs. I felt like right at home.
They can use all the
Really?
help they can.
Yeah, I was
Wait.
like Hartford dudes I grew up with.
Oh,
and,
so-
like, yeah,
that's
it
cool.
just felt like, oh shit. And I
That's
was
cool.
born there. You know, it was like,
Born
yeah.
there too.
I was also born in Hartford
Almost died
Hospital.
there.
You almost died. Yeah, exactly.
Reincarnation, baby. Let me call that shit.
Almost died in the hallway outside the
Circle
room I
of
was
life,
born.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I was born in Farmington.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess.
That,
I didn't even know there was like a hospital in Farmington.
yeah, the
I
Yukon.
think it's Farmington, New York.
Okay.
It might have been
Oh,
Farmington.
pharmacy, I guess.
It might have been there. I don't know. My dad was from New York, but I'm from this fucking shithole.
Same.
No, I like Connecticut. I do like Connecticut a lot, actually. It's not bad.
Connecticut.
It's not bad.
You guys know what time you were born?
Yeah, I was born in the morning, 6:01.
I was born 11:58 at night, so like almost the next day.
I think I was 10:43 or 56 in the morning. I can't remember. I think it was 10:43.
It was 2:01 p.m.
Oh yeah, little afternoon baby.
Little afternoon, yeah. July day.
That's crazy, Corinne. You guys can have kids.
Yeah.
That's so wild, dude.
That's why I haven't, because it's a big responsibility.
It's so crazy. Like, I can't even wrap my head around it. Like, you just grow a thing inside of you.
I can't wrap my head around it either.
Comes another person that can then like have 50-50 chance they can grow another thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's
It
fucking
is.
it's so insane, man.
I hope one day I get to be a mom. I think
One day you want to be a mom?
I've always wanted to be a mom. I've never ruled it out, and I think it's still a possibility. It's just I'll be an old mom. That's all.
Nothing wrong with being an old mom.
My cousin is 41, I think, or 42, and she's pregnant with her second kid.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I don't know. I feel like it's possible, you know?
My mom was like, I think she was like in her 30s when she had me, but when she had my sister, she was 42.
Right.
So
The more, modern medicine and the older that we live, and it is possible. It's just there's more complications involved on my end and for the child. So, and I don't take care of myself, so I probably would need to kind of like, if I did meet someone that I wanted to have a kid with, it would have to be like vitamins and all kinds of crazy shit.
and a big dick.
Yeah, that too. Can't leave that one out. I told my mom that this dude gave me like a weed drink, a nerd's rope, a whole eighth, and then also, what was the other thing? Oh, like little gummy like nerds like cluster things, and they're all weed. And she like made this face and she goes, "That's weird, no?" And I was like, no, because like it's all
You ever
pre-packaged.
seen the unedited version of like Charlie Murphy's Hollywood Stories
I don't
on
think
YouTube?
so.
He would talk about
I haven't seen the unedited ones, but those are amazing.
like Eddie Murphy in the '80s. Like drug dealers would come to him like, "Yo, I'll give you a pound of weed if I can hang out with you." Like,
That's crazy.
It's like I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Well, that's what this dude said. He's like, "Oh, I just like hanging out with comics." And I was like, "You don't have to like bring me shit."
Yeah. Especially if you're like Charlie Murphy situation. He just fresh out the Navy. He's not rich like his brother, so.
Charlie Murphy's hilarious. R.I.P.
Yeah. But just like something.
I showed
like,
Charity Black Jesus. She had never seen Black Jesus before.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she had never seen it.
I only watched it like a few times.
It's so
I was more like a
funny.
Boondocks fan.
Yeah, I like Boondocks and.
Did I ever talk about the time Gabby accidentally showed her 7th grade class the Boondocks because they fucked with
They
her?
laugh at it.
Yeah, because what happened was they were all like, "Oh, Miss Rowan, let's watch like the Boondocks," and they were like, "She's like, okay." She didn't know what the fuck it
That's
was.
hilarious.
And they got like halfway through the episode before she was like, "I don't think we should be watching."
The kids were like, "No, we should be watching this."
I would be like, we're right here now.
I was a Nickelodeon kid, man. I watched all the cartoons on Nickelodeon.
I love Nickelodeon cartoons.
Hey Arnold, loved Hey Arnold,
the
dude.
best fucking show of all time.
It's so good. It's so good. There's
I'm considering getting Paramount Plus just so I can watch Hey Arnold again.
oh yeah.
Because-
Actually, I would really like to
Hulu only has
rewatch.
one season. Hulu only has the first season.
That's so stupid. To me.
I know, dude. It's
That's
so annoying.
that's a great idea. I want to rewatch the childhood cartoons that I used to watch, man.
And I'm telling you, Hey Arnold, of like the ones I've rewatched so far, like gives me like a fucking. There's so much more shit in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
you
not
don't
only so layered, but
realize.
it's also like, oh, these are good.
Like
fucking
good stories.
values and
Oh
stories.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like the soundtrack is fucking banging. Like,
Is it?
it's all fucking jazz, like 90s jazz.
Dude, you're motivating me to go fucking watch some Hey. I loved Hey Arnold. There was a lot of good ones on Nickelodeon that were cool.
Kind of like he lives in New York City.
Yeah, exactly.
They
It's
modeled the city after New York City in Seattle.
Yeah, that's why you have that cool. You have that cool like loft bedroom and shit with the fold down bed, like the Murphy style bed and everything.
the coolest bedroom of art, like all time, dude.
Oh, just hold it close. Just hold it closer to your mouth. If you don't want to wear you don't have to wear the headphones. But
Yeah, dude. Like this is
Yeah, dude. Comedy podcast.
this is a picture from college, like back in the old apartment.
Cigarettes and Arthur.
Oh.
You're watching Arthur.
3:18 in the morning, watching Arthur just fucking smoking cigarettes. Like
I was also a big
rewatching
Doug
old
fan.
cartoons
You guys
is
watch
so
Doug?
fun.
oh, Doug, I
Doug
love
is
Doug.
my
a hair
favorite.
before my time.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was.
I guess
it
you're
was
right, yeah, yeah.
But like, Ah Real Monsters.
Oh, I loved
was,
Ah Real
the
Monsters.
Last, it was like the. Like the last show I didn't watch, you know what I mean? And then
But that was the same one. That was the last one that I think I watched a bunch of it, but that was phasing out. I'm trying to think which ones were. I guess SpongeBob was kind of towards my.
That was the end of when I started
kinda
watching
I
cartoons.
think before I stopped watching those cartoons before SpongeBob came
watched,
out,
like,
or maybe
SpongeBob
like
and, like,
I might have
Family
caught it a
Guy.
little bit, but
I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob as a kid.
Really?
My dad thought it was
Interesting.
retarded. He literally said, he's like, it's going to make you retarded. You can't watch that.
it might. It was pretty
But
stupid.
we would always just sneak it anyway. You know what I mean? Like me and my brother would just wait till he wasn't.
SpongeBob's
fucking
classic,
there.
man.
what's some of you have some favorite cartoons?
I was a big Dragon Ball Z nerd.
Oh
And
yeah.
You ask any black guy, they like Dragon Ball Z. 90%
Yeah,
of
yeah.
them gonna say they liked it. They just like that shit.
I love Dragon Ball Z. I didn't watch. I think I stopped like when it got because there's a long break after because they had they had like in English, right? Like when it got to the Cell Saga. I think like after the Cell Saga, I fell off. But the Cell Saga is dope. That's the one where fucking Gohan turns into a Super Saiyan and fucks it up. Oh, that's the best. I love that
Fuck
Both
one.
my brothers watched Dragon Ball, but I never really got that into it. I watched Pokemon with them though. I had Pokemon cards and I had a whole binder and
Yeah,
everything.
Pokemon cards too.
Oh man, if I kept my Pokemon cards in good shape from when I was a
Right?
kid, I would have millions of dollars. They're worth some of them are worth so
I was also a
much
Beanie
now.
Baby kid. I had an unreal amount of Beanie Babies.
I like Tamagotchis.
Oh my gosh, I had like
Oh.
little Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchi was my shit. In
I
first grade.
remember that.
Yep.
You guys remember the Furby?
Yep, had a Furby.
And Furby was dope.
I remember I was very upset I didn't get a Furby, and then I ended up getting one, and I did wish I didn't get it because it
You
was.
didn't like it?
I had to turn it off. It was awful. It would just wake me up in the middle of the night, and it was just scary and disgusting. And
I remember, like, that's a perfect example of like a kid wanting something that he doesn't actually want, but he was just sold the idea that he wants it.
Those
Because I remember
infomercials-
wanting a Furby so bad, like it was so important, and then I got it, and it was like, yeah,
yeah.
like it was just I
Same-
thought I needed to have one.
Do you remember when they first started coming out with like the Robo Dogs? Like I remember my dad got us
Yeah,
a Robo
like a
Dog for
dog-
Christmas, and
dumbass
we were
toy.
like, "This is so cool!" And it was stupid. It was the dumbest thing I've ever
I
seen.
think I'm good too. You're
Cool.
cheap.
I'll just keep on this.
The ad execs that got us all addicted to like consumerism and fast food, like as children,
Yeah.
should be fucking shot. Like that.
Yeah, you're not
that
wrong.
was such an insidious fucking like
No.
scheme. It's like, hey, we're gonna make a children's TV network run by a pedophile, and we're also
Yeah,
gonna put
like
a bunch
burgers
of
don't
fucking,
come with toys anymore.
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah, it's literally-
I remember getting the Wild Wild West toy. I had a little spider. I used to move and shit. Remember that?
Yeah, dude, I
Little
got a
spider.
Furby
Oh,
at
yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
McDonald's with my Happy Meal one time. Like that's so it made me think about it. It's like you get conditioned to fucking want all of this shit.
That's what I mean. That's what's scary because like you look like it's like how much do you think you like? Do you really know that you want that or?
Yeah.
Even like subliminally, like there could be something somewhere like you're being fed, like you said, like Nickelodeon is almost like a propaganda machine to fucking
yeah.
like turn kids into fucking.
It's just to get kids to harass their parents for toys. Like it's
Right,
that's the
right.
whole fucking scheme.
I was
Yeah.
watching a YouTube video about that like last week. It was talking about how like cartoons are used to make to promote toys, and they stopped like doing that shit in like 2002, 2003 because people don't care no more because Netflix became popping and things just shifted because there's no more Saturday morning cartoons.
Which is crazy to me.
No,
There's no more. Like
You can't
that's not a
just
thing.
turn on your TV and have like cartoons on.
that's crazy.
They found a way better way to make the kids retarded though.
Oh yeah.
The fucking phone,
Skibbity
dude.
toilet.
Oh, it makes, dude, it makes the phone
No, I
makes
just keep
me.
passing
Oh yeah,
it to you, sorry.
the phone makes me retarded. I can literally
But
feel
I get it. I do. I get why. Because like we're talking about earlier about dopamine, and if I was a kid if I had a phone when I was a kid, I'd have been addicted.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
like
we've
I
been
fully
outside
get it.
doing shit and
Yeah.
fucking, like, run.
One of my
we used
favorite
go
things to
blow
do
shit
as a
up, set
kid
shit
was to
on
climb
fire,
fences.
Yeah.
climb fences.
You did that growing out of like a
yeah.
hood thing you used to climb fences do.
I
I
love
think
it.
they used to do
Absolutely.
like backflips and shit off of. I never did a backflip. I'm too scared.
No, exactly that. Like when it was
Jump
one
over fences.
those Nike fucking parkour commercials were coming out at the time, and me and all my friends, that's what we were doing. So we were like
used to do, like,
climbing
we
up
used to do
walls,
jackass
jumping
shit.
off.
Yeah,
we used to have a
do-
cart for no reason because you
Yeah.
used to have a cart in the hood. You just
We did that too.
shit up against,
Jackass.
like a dumpster.
Jackass was so influential. Like we were doing all kinds of dumb shit and filming it. Like we had, oh man, if I grew up like I think of that about that sometimes. If I grew up like 10 hours or 10 years
10
in the
later.
future, it would have been when all this stuff was easier to put out and like
Yeah.
I would have been like one of those fucking Jake Paul like little because we were doing
Literally.
so much dumb shit and filming it all the time.
I remember fucking like as a kid making flaming arrows and fucking like building these
Making
big
flaming arrows. Yeah. And the Game of Thrones.
I grew up in the fucking woods, dude. So, like,
Same.
I'm a woods kid,
Yeah,
bro.
same.
I'm a woods kid.
You had to kill what you had to eat what you kill or something when you grew up. No dinner, you don't
Raised
kill,
by
you don't
wolves.
eat.
just had to put eye black on and lay in the fucking woods with a knife. And,
You're like
catch a
6.
deer. Yeah.
Slit a deer's throat.
We used to just fucking like, I mean, like, you know, fucking 10, 11 years old. Yeah, one of my buddies had like a bow. And we were like, what if we could do flaming arrows? And his dad was like, here's some kerosene and roofing tar. Some rags. Like, knock yourself out,
That is
dude. Like,
some-
you know? And then we just build these fucking big cardboard castles and just start fucking, like,
That's
setting them on
awesome.
fire. Yeah.
That's
That's
really
the
cool.
shit. That's the best part about childhood. Is like that's
like
playing
smoke paper.
that type of
I
shit.
smoke paper.
I did
smoke
that. I
paper.
did that.
We used to call it called
too.
story time. We used to go in my boy closet and like light it up with paper.
Yeah, you just like roll up some computer
weed,
paper.
yo, like next Friday. We smoking weed like next Friday. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah. And you think you're so cool, and there's always one kid who thinks he's high and like kind of like
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that's how I started smoking weed at 12. That was like the fucking baby, and I was grooming myself for weed.
Yeah, for the weed.
I groomed myself. There was no grown man. It was just me.
Yeah, I smoke. I feel like I can't smoke too much weed. Like I get too high. I just get too high.
I get too quiet. That's why I'm like,
Ken.
nah, I'm smoking the weed. I don't
Nah.
want to get too like.
I get in my head and
Non-verbal
shit.
and
Just-
shit.
yeah.
It's crazy what a fucking tea break will do. Like it's like I was in for like 5 days when I was in the hospital, and I hadn't obviously smoked that whole time. I get out. Oh, sorry, like that, and then and I get out, and I had Gabby bring the bowl with me because like I could smoke a tiny bit. I can't like smoke like I was smoking all day every day. You know, like
Yeah.
not all day. Like after after my work day had ended.
Yeah.
every day. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm fucking and I take one hit and I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking like I started crying. Like I was like Hartford's so beautiful. Like I was like, usually, like
You
usually I
forgot
don't
what
like it.
happened
Dude,
to you
it
in the
was
last
like-
24 hours.
It was crazy. I was like, I felt like remember in fucking It's a Wonderful Life when he gets out and he's like George Bailey like
It's so wonderful.
yeah, literally. Like fucking 2 hits of weed later, and meanwhile, the Sunday before I went in, when I bought that eighth, I'm complaining because like, oh, the dispensary is only selling 27% THC is fucking bullshit. Like,
First world
get me
problems.
fucking high.
Fucking first
Yeah.
world problems,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. But dude, that is funny when you get like sometimes you get too high. And you were just saying about like getting high and crying. The funniest thing ever is I had my buddy's edibles. He like home grows and like makes his own edibles. So I took those and I got super stoned. Go home and I was watching The Marvelous Miss Maisel with my family at the time. So I'm sitting there with my mom and my dad. We're watching this like the last episode of the Miss Maisel show, which is like when she gets on TV for the first time and like everyone sees her and she like becomes famous. And I'm sitting there watching this show with my fucking mom, and I'm so happy. I was like so happy because like that's like my dream, but to make it. And I was just remember like trying to hold it back because I'm with my mom and my dad, and I'm like I am losing it right now. Like I'm so emotional. They're
That's
like,
sweet,
what the fuck?
Yeah, but that's what's cool about it too. Is it's like when you can use it properly, it's like that's a great thing to be able to have. You know, something that can make you take a step back and appreciate things and really like slow down enough to do that. But too much, man.
I abuse it. I abuse anything. Like that's my problem with things. Is like if I smoke weed in the morning, I'm smoking all day. Like I'm just
like that too.
I
Yeah,
smoke all
same.
day every day.
I'm like that too.
Yeah.
That's why I can't even smoke weed before I do a job. Sometimes I do it.
Yeah.
I've showed up. I wish I got more drunker when I worked the Bad Bunny concert.
What's Bad Bunny?
Bad
concert?
Bunny
Bad
is
Bunny's
this Puerto
a-
Rican superstar. That I was working security there, and I was walking down the street on Pratt Street. This was 7 years ago. I don't know. Whenever this happened, but this happened recently. And I saw my boy. He's like a bit of a weed head alcoholic. He was like drinking, sipping, some like a little salsa thing right there on Pratt Street. Then I walked down the street and I went into work. But Bad Bunny is this Puerto Rican superstar. It was just the best concert I ever worked. I was right by the like pyrotechnics and shit. Like,
Oh, really?
and it's a bunch of like sexy ass Spanish women, like 80% Spanish women and
That's
gays.
nice.
And it was just like, the energy was like,
two
yo,
favorite things.
I wish I was drunk. I wish I was drunk at this. Why am I here doing a job? I should
Yeah.
be in the crowd with everybody. That energy was like, the best concert ever worked.
But it is cool working a job like that where like you get to.
I wish I was drinking. And
Well, like you get to be like that's why comedy is cool because like you can go out and kind of like facilitate part of the party, but like you don't have to get swept up in it.
Yeah.
Like,
that
but you
is
still,
so
but you,
true. I'm still gonna do it, but that is so true. I'm still gonna do it. I'm still that high of like making people laugh. It's like I gotta get a drink. What do you mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. But like, yeah, it's like nice to be because you get to be part of the party and you get to like help people. Like if they go out to have like a night, a lot of people, it's hard to go out. Like if they're going on a date, they're meeting up with friends. Like that doesn't happen all the fucking time, especially when you get older. And they get to come out and see a comedy show and laugh watching you. And then they're like, oh my God, that guy was so funny. And then they carry it on that good energy for the rest of their night.
And then you go to work on Monday and nobody cares.
And nobody gives a shit.
But it's the quiet
and then
nigga
you
at
do
work.
it again and
You're just the quiet
again
nigga
and
at work
again.
nobody knows about.
That's a little like jobs where you can like have fun. Like I used to work at a liquor store, and it was like that because you could like you'd have people coming in planning their parties, planning their nights out, and be like, "What about this?" And you'd be helping them pick stuff out.
Yeah,
and
but they got that. They're excited. Yeah.
And, but then you get the guy who comes in every day and is like, "I want 4 shots of vodka." And,
He's like by himself. He got his head down like this.
gonna do them in the parking lot.
Did you work at that liquor store right over there? Or go there all the time?
He's just talking about
Kevin? Yeah.
Was that? That was you. No, yeah, it's cool having like a fun. It's cool having like fun jobs and be because there's so many shitty jobs. I actually like my job. Like it sucks. It's manual labor and stuff, but there's something satisfying about manual labor. Like there's no wall. Yeah. Now there is wall. Like it's kind of it feels good.
I'm lazy. I can't do no shit like that.
I used to work landscaping.
Yeah.
I missed that shit.
Man.
I think it's good for you though. Like it really,
is.
I was like super depressed for like months and months and months. I wasn't working. I was just living off the fishing money. And then I started working with him. And like after the day was done, I was like, I feel pretty good because you're outside, you're moving, you're making a little money. Like it feels pretty good. It gets tired. I mean, like I don't not want to go to work tomorrow, but.
Yeah, but you're proud of yourself at the end of the day, and you fucking that gives you like this sense of satisfaction that gives you energy to fucking do other shit then after.
Exactly.
Where you don't feel like a bum just like dragging yourself through it.
And work is like
I get that.
Nah, I couldn't do manual labor jobs and then go do stand up. I would just be tired and be like,
no, I definitely
Must be
am,
tough,
which
right?
is why. Yeah, no, it definitely is. It takes. I haven't been able to get out as much. Like I've been, it's tired and it's hard, and that cut makes like the drinking worse because you're like, oh man, I'm beat, I'm not in the mood. But a couple beers
like
get
hours,
you
you're going to get fucked up.
get you into the mood. But
But like a 50, 60-hour work week, just want to get fucked up.
yeah, but that's what's nice about like that kind of work, right? Because like there's an end to it. Like when it's done. There's so many things that like I do, like especially with like comedy and stuff, like. There's not really like, okay, now I'm done with it and I move on to the next. Like it's just like messy.
Yeah, that's how I feel with my job now. Like I'm in an office and like I'm working with the public defender's office, and it's just like work. Yeah, it's constant. You know what I mean? It never stops because it's not like it's not like there's slow business days. It's like people are always getting arrested that need fucking help. So it's like
right. There's not like a clear end. So it's just like a little bit more like anxiety driven. I think.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
that's
rewarding
how-
as fuck. Like it's like compared to my old paralegal job, I hated going in every day. It made me miserable and shit. And like this one, it's like, oh, I feel like I'm not representing rich pieces of shit. So at least I feel good about it. Like. So there's something in that, I guess,
Yeah.
doing something you feel good about doing. Like
that's the thing. Is like you need to like that's the thing. Like when you work a job that you don't give a fuck about, that shit sucks to be at.
Yeah,
Like,
because I end up walking out, man. I walked out a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Just walk out.
Were you still doing security?
I'm still in. I love that job. It's for me. I'm lazy.
yeah.
I don't. If
Just
I'm
get
doing
to
something
chill.
physical, it's got to be something I like.
Can you listen to
Yeah.
music while you're at work?
At certain job sites, yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I worked at like probation offices and the city hall a couple times. Some other places too.
Yeah, it's my favorite shit in the world when like it's just me on a job by myself with my headphones in, listening to music,
Yeah,
doing the
watching-
thing. It's just like this day is easy. Put on a podcast or audio book and just like
That's one thing
get
I
to
love
listen to
about my
get to
job.
listen to like 8 like an entire book in a day just fucking working. Like it's great.
you know what you're doing, you know what you got to do, and you just fucking do
Just
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It flies by, dude.
Yeah.
One
It's
job
like,
site was
I love it.
One job
Yeah.
site I was working at was a new brand. It was a courthouse. And I would just sit in the back of this like building all day on my phone. People would be walking by, didn't care. And the only thing I would do is like walk some old man to his car.
Yeah.
That was the easiest shit ever. I used to go to Seatown a lot, get the Spanish food.
Oh, I love Seatown. Seatown.
There's a Seatown right across from me in Hartford, and it's very convenient.
Yeah, there's one right down there I like to go to. It's so much. It's so much better. Shout out to Seatown. There's a little logo.
I like to get the papusas, man. The papusas is so good.
That place is fucking awesome.
When I was living over there on Madison Ave, like right in that neighborhood, I used to go to La Casita all the time after work, before work.
I used to get the juices from there too. They got really good juices.
I
never got the juices. Just
they got all these fruits that I never even heard of.
Right? Yeah, they do.
Like a sour sop.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a fruit called sour sop. It's like a cross between like a sour apple and a banana.
That sounds
Interesting.
healthy.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That sounds crazy.
It sounds healthy and sweet.
Apparently, it's not healthy, which is really weird.
Oh, it's not?
It's a non-healthy fruit.
I was like
But
reading
they put,
something
like,
about it, and
sugars
they're
in
like,
it or
hey,
something?
in high amounts, this is like actually can be toxic or something
Oh,
like that.
shit.
But like, I don't know
Knows
how much
everything.
of that is just fucking dumb internet. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Shit. And,
Somebody yelped that.
Yeah,
Something like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Damn, all of a sudden I started craving sushi. You
I
guys
love
like sushi?
Yeah.
Fucking
I do.
love sushi.
I haven't
bro.
had it in a minute too.
That's like Gabby and I when we go out. Favorite thing to do is just get a fucking Love Boat because it's
Yeah.
like $60 and it's enough for two
It's
people. to
loads
have.
of shit. Yeah.
Perfect.
You guys go to Mikado's in Middletown? Shut up. Mikado's in
Oh, is that
Middletown.
place good?
Never been.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. Yeah, that was the place I used to go, and it was the spot we could go to when I was in high school. They would give us alcohol.
There's one like
and
that.
I did, yeah, and I did kung fu across the street, so we would just,
You did a lot of shit, yo.
Yeah,
You
dude.
did a lot of shit.
Kevin's lived like 100 lives.
I have lived.
You got shit to talk. You on a fishing boat. You did karate.
Well, that's what's kind of cool, and like it's just like I have like different like It gives me a lot to talk about.
No, you do. You do.
I don't think I couldn't have done comedy at 20 years old.
Right? That's what I always say.
I couldn't have done it. I had nothing to say. I was a little bitch.
Because all 20-year-olds, they talk about.
Self-indulgent. Like at 20, I was.
Yeah.
I hate the comics. They like talk about them, but like comic books and porno. It's like I can relate to the porno part, but like comic books, it's like.
You're right. There's some things. I mean, I think I have a hard time being relatable sometimes. Key lime, huh?
Key lime, seltzer, sparkling bev. That's all that's in here, I swear to God.
What's the difference between a lime and a key lime?
I actually have no fucking idea. That
That's
would
a
have to
fucking
be
good question.
Anybody know that? I
researched.
don't know what that is.
I think the key lime isn't it like it's like sweeter. I think it's like a
Oh. I just thought it was from the Florida Keys. That's
maybe.
Is that
You
true?
could be right. I
Oh,
don't know.
I just
That's
pulled
a
that out of my ass. That
Googleable-
wasn't a-
I have no clue, Mike. I've never actually looked into it. I've had key lime pie.
had that.
But I don't. The only reason I got this is there's like a. It said lime. I didn't even notice it was key lime, honestly.
All right, I'm gonna fucking ask a question to you guys. Starting with Cliff. What is the most? What's the dumbest thing you ever did because you were horny?
The dumbest thing I've done since I was horny.
Because you were horny, yeah.
Oh shit! I done a lot of. I gotta like. What do you mean, like normal shit, like be a man and lie, or like dumb, like as in like yo, that was some simp
Embarrassing.
shit.
What's the most embarrassing thing you did because you were horny?
I would say probably lie a couple times when I was like in my 20s. A dumb thing. I don't know. Because I was horny. Should I say this?
I know it's
I
kind
was
of.
messing with
I don't know if you want to
I was
say the
messing-
answer to this question.
I was messing with some fat hoe, and I was like drinking all day, and I knew she was the worst person, but it was just she was a hoe that was forcing me to wife her, and she was like, "You got to introduce me to your dad, or you're not gonna fuck me," and I just. Okay, introduce you to my dad.
That's
You know what I mean? I fucked it. I
That's
felt
like the
so
perfect
dumb after.
example.
Yeah, that is a
That's
perfect
the
example.
I felt
perfect.
so dumb. Like, yo, you should have standards. You shouldn't be doing that shit. That would happen to me a couple times. I remember I was this girl I was fucking. I told the story on stage a couple times, but the man put out a knife on me. Her boyfriend put out a knife on me. It was a small knife, and he was a small guy. I was gonna beat him up, but my boy. I mean, I don't think I'll say his name, but my boy's like, yo, you should stop fucking that girl. That's trouble. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stop fucking her. So I stopped fucking her at her house. It was dumb. And one time, like maybe 4 years after that situation, I was a side nigga for like 8 years. That's like my longest relationship with a broad. And so we used to do like TikTok videos together. I'd fuck her. That was like the thing. And son told me not to walk her downstairs to the parking lot of my building. And then I'm looking up from the fucking, like the porch, and her boyfriend like pulls up on her. He's like, "Bitch, what the fuck you doing?"
Oh my god!
Because like he'll beat her up sometimes and shit like that.
Oh,
too. Yeah.
damn.
When
So then you ran away like, oh.
no, I just went back in my house. Like, oh shit, I'm looking out from the window.
Good
And
luck.
then I still was fucking her like years after that. Stupid. But she had the fattest ass.
It's hard to say
It was
no.
just nice. It was just plump and nice. And she had a nice smile and nice eyes. She was a
Fat asses.
yeah, but I stopped fucking with her after a while, like 8 years. Like me, yeah, I was fucking with her
That's,
like 8
you've been
years.
fucking with her for a long
Because
time.
it was just one of those things. You ever like been high and had a half a chub going at night?
Yeah, it happens.
She just was like telepathic. She'll call me. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, listen, we can't do this." She's like, "Yes, we can." I'm like, "All right, come through." And she'd just be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." She's like, "I'm sure we can come over and think about something." I'm like, "Oh God." She was just a sex addict.
Yeah.
She was a fucking sex addict.
Those girls are cool.
Yeah, no, she was alright. She was a little hood bitch, fat ass. She was nice.
The fattest ass I ever had was a Puerto Rican girl when I was in the Navy. Shout out.
Shout out Puerto Ricans.
But she called me Poppy.
Oh,
Baby,
yeah.
I'd bake you a poppy.
Amazing.
I'll make myself a poppy, I guess.
What about you, Mike Massaro? You got any? Do you have any
Mike is in a
stories you want to
relationship.
share?
Yeah, there's.
You can't tell me stories.
Yeah. This is long before I met my girlfriend. But like, I don't dumbest? Like I'm trying
Dumbest
to
or
think,
most
like,
embarrassing? Maybe you don't want to
there's
share the
so
most
many-
embarrassing,
no, I mean,
but
there's like, I'll go with dumbest. I think like the dumbest thing I ever did was like, when you like want to have sex, but you should like be like, I don't want to do this. Like this person doesn't seem ready for a relationship or doesn't seem ready to like be like fooling around, Like, but this was so. I'm messaging with this girl on Bumble. She's like, "Yo, let me come over." It's like 3 a.m. I was like, "Yeah, fucking sure, come over." She comes over. We have sex, and after like the first time we start having sex, she just gets like all quiet and reserved, and then starts crying, and I'm like, "Hey, what the fuck's going on? Are you okay?" And she goes, "I just got out of a relationship. Like, I'm just really in a bad place right now. I'm not ready for this." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. Like, whatever. I'm gonna get you some water." I go get her some water, and I'm talking to her for a little bit. And then she starts like trying to make out with me again and go for it again. And in my head, I'm like, I shouldn't do this. Like, she's clearly unstable. But I was horny, so I did it again.
yeah.
And the same thing fucking happened after the second time. And I was like, okay, this is like, I didn't go back for thirds, but I'm telling my friends this story like a couple weeks later. And one of my buddies, like, I'm at my buddy's apartment telling them all. And one of my friends walks out of his room and he goes, "Was her name?" Like, yeah. And she had done the same thing to him like the week before.
No
That was like
way.
a thing, bro.
So it was just like a pattern. And then we were telling someone else this like a month later outside of a bar, and we had the same thing happen with a third guy.
No way.
So we all, but I asked Frank, Fred, whatever the fuck his name was, I don't remember actually. I was like, "Hey, when you fucked her, like, what'd you do?" And he goes, "I told her to get the fuck out of my apartment."
Yeah, you got to, man. You got to. Yeah.
No, it's you do some dumb shit. You don't think when you got a boner. What about Corinne? You've done anything crazy when you had a boner?
So I don't get a boner per se, but
an inside boner.
an inside boner.
In the
yeah,
spirit.
when I get juiced
Boner of the
up,
heart.
when I get a little juiced up. I've done some I would say, whoa, we got a side quest guy. So I think
shit, what up, Ian?
my craziest story that it was more about like being younger. I really was like, I had a crush on this guy and everybody did. And it was like when he said to me, we're at a party and he's like, "Hey, you want to leave and go back to my dad's house?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I do." And we get in his cool truck and he's got the big, like, he had like a big ass truck and it had like the huge stick shift. And it was just like, "Oh, I'm with the older guy now and it's just me and him." We get back to his dad's place and we used to party there, and he had like a separate basement entrance. And so we go down in the basement, we start fooling around. And I remember it vividly because I was so self-conscious. I was only like 15 and he was a couple years older, I think 17. And yeah, I know.
Older.
Yeah, it's a couple years
both
older.
in high school together. That's
Yeah,
kinda
we were
crazy.
both in high school. So
freshman, junior, whatever.
funny enough, this is actually Chad's cousin. This is the story about Chad's cousin.
no shit.
Yeah. So
Shout out Chad and his cousin.
shout out Chad and your cousin. So, and we didn't find this out obviously until we realized one day talking out back of elbow. But so we go downstairs.
Shout out to back of elbow.
We go downstairs. We're fooling around or whatever. And I remember he's just like touching me and he's like, "Can we turn the lights on?" And I was like,
Why?
yeah, because he's like, "Wait, I just want to like look at you and like see what's up." And I was like, "Oh, okay, what the fuck?" And then like he did. And then I was just like so self-conscious and it wasn't dim. It was just very bright and it was weird. And I'm like, I've only done this a few times with a few people and I'm self-conscious. So I was like, "Can we just like turn the lights back off? And like, do you have like a light in the corner we can put on or something?" So we're like talking, mind you, I'm fully naked. And so is he.
Nice.
And this fucking 2 girls bust into the room. They literally opened the door and I had to take a sheet and pull it over my body and like block myself from them seeing me. And they start screaming and yelling. And the guy, I won't say his name, had to go to the door and like push the door closed and lock it. And apparently, I didn't know this girl and I were pining after this guy, and we had come up with a code name for him. We called him the Aardvark. And I don't remember why, but whenever we talk about him, so nobody knew who we were talking about, we talk about him. We both
Is it 'cause
apparently
he's circumcised?
no, I have no
what I was
idea.
thinking. I don't know.
No clue. I couldn't.
circumcised.
He's got an
There-
aardvark
Yeah.
dick.
I think there was a reason
Armadillo
behind
or
it, but I don't remember. Or
An
it
anteater.
could have even been armadillo. I don't remember. Some AR thing. And so apparently the night before, the girl had slept with him. So it was her sister and her sister's friend that saw me leave the party with him, and they fucking followed us and came to be like, "How dare you fucking slut?" And I'm like, I didn't know. Like, I had no idea. Like, I thought it was like, I was actually pissed. I was like, "You just banged this chick last night, and then we didn't actually like fully sleep together because it never got that far. I ended up leaving. Like,
Just
it was
did a little
crazy.
diddling?
Yeah, it was crazy. So that was, I think, the most like trauma burned into me, crazy sexual situation. But I was a lot younger and stupider. So
One of the dumbest things I've done sexually was fuck my female roommate. That was the dumbest thing.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah. It was
stupid.
Fun. It was fun,
That's
but it was
stupid.
dumb.
I think I
as
told
shit.
you at the time that.
He's like, "Please don't do this." But-
I fucked her like 10 to 15 times.
That's what I mean, dude.
And
Like,
sometimes you come in the room like, "Want to fuck?" Like, she's like, so like nonchalant. I'm like, "All right, whatever." It's just like, "Oh, why did I do that? That was stupid."
that's what I mean. Like, you could be like, I know this.
I don't regret it because it's like a story, but I should have had more self control.
Yeah, but I never have self-control,
But
man.
she was a fucking hoe.
How can you have self control? It's like when you're that young
Yeah.
too and like stupid. Like
Yeah,
no,
you gotta like experience shit.
And I can know. I can be like, do not go to this girl's house. Do not go to this girl's house. But I'm just like, but get your dick sucked. Get your dick sucked.
Yeah.
It
You guys don't know
overpowers.
that you got to just jerk off, get the poison out, and you'll
I know,
not
you're
want to
right.
do that anymore.
No
I feel like
matter
that's a
how
waste of
much
time,
you jerk
man.
off,
I feel
though,
like
at the
jerking off
time,
is a
like,
waste
it
of
was-
time.
Like as a teenager,
Right.
right? Like it's like no matter
It's
how
just
much you jerked
constant.
off, it was just like
Right, you can't get enough
Yeah.
boners when you're a kid. Like they're nonstop.
I
You guys
don't
ever
jerk-
have to like
I don't-
tuck
I
it,
barely
like
jerk
tuck
off.
it
I
up?
don't jerk
Oh
off.
my
You get a
god!
boner in class and it won't go down.
I
so you
knew
gotta,
multiple kids that had happened to. They'd be like, "Oh, look," and like show me.
That's funny.
That's the craziest thing about being like a younger girl. Like I remember this kid. The first time I ever touched a dick was in right around 9/11. Actually, I'll never forget. I'll never forget.
Never forget.
Shout out 9/11.
Shout out 9/11.
This kid, we had like, the teacher decided to put us all like together. So, is it 5:30? So the teacher decided to put all of our desks together. And so we were in a big circle, and he just grabbed my hand and put it on his
Wait, you said a
crotch.
teacher?
And,
Wait.
no.
Oh
my God, no.
I was like, what the fuck? You gotta like report
the
that
teacher
shit.
put us in a circle, so we were sitting
I was
way
like, that's
closer
disgusting.
together than we normally would. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he did that and grabbed my hand and guys would do that all the time.
that's wild.
They would do that
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time. So, pantsing. I grew up during the time of pantsing. Guys would just come down and pull your pants down. Let me see your
Girls?
thongs. Girls
They
would
would
pants
pants girls?
girls.
Really?
Yes, I got pants.
We played this game in 5th grade. Like someone gotta close your hand, make it to a fist, and you gotta open it by smacking someone's ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We got that in
I
5th
know.
I had
grade.
I had my ass slapped millions of times.
No,
by a
yeah,
fucking
slapping asses in
young
high
boy
school
that
was way.
shouldn't
I mean, it
have.
was the norm. I mean, I
Yeah.
did it, but like I feel like maybe that we probably shouldn't have been slapping girls.
No,
asses,
you definitely
but
shouldn't have.
There was a lot of
It's
ass slapping in my
probably not
school.
the best thing to do.
The
Yeah,
boys,
it
all
was
the
a
boys.
thing.
are-
There was.
It-
Yeah, that's
there
what
was
they
a lot
do.
of like weirdly like I guess it was like, you know what I mean, because you're just, it's like a big frat. Like the
Yeah.
whole school turns
Oh,
into like
yeah,
a massive like borderline gay fucking frat.
There was this girl when I was in 10th grade. I think she was on the basketball team, a little taller than me. She's like 6'1". You know, she was big and like pretty, but she would like kind of bully me and like fucking. I'd be at a desk and she'll like bend me over or something like that. Like weird shit. I thought it was kind of funny, but I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?"
I remember the first time I had sex. Like I made her feel uncomfortable because I was laughing.
Do you know how many times I've
Because I
done
was
that?
I was like the first. I was like, holy smokes, this happened.
What I like
I
about
just
that
started
girl, the
laughing
girl
about
with the
it.
boyfriend I was fucking for like 8 years. I was
The
bending her-
boyfriend you were fucking?
No, the girl with the boyfriend. I just fucked the boyfriend too, but no, the girl with the boyfriend I was fucking, the one that put a knife on me.
Oh, yeah.
I was bending her over and I was watching Barbershop 2. And we were like watching it, like laughing. She was a cool bitch, yo. But
Yeah,
she was just a stupid hoe.
Seems to be like you've got a lot of those under your belt.
Yeah, yo, yeah, man, yeah. I'm learning to like, now that like, I gotta like really like somebody and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah. You got, you know.
Like if I don't like you, blow me tonight, or we're not gonna talk no more. You know what I mean? Like if I genuinely like somebody, I want to be around them. But if
Yeah.
you're not gonna blow me too, like fuck you.
No, I
what am I
get
wasting
it.
my time for? It's too short. Life's too short to be around people you don't like.
I get it. It's true. All right, guys. We fucking we basically made it. But I got one question. I mean, I got one question I have to ask at the end. I'm not going to ask you, Corinne, because you've gotten it a few times.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you guys, if you could have any superpower in the world, you could have it, but you need to make it up right now, and it can't be. You can't think it's like it has to be something you made up right now.
Something you made it, so something that's not. Something that's not like basic, like reading minds and bullshit like that.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Those are
right.
taken.
Those are taken.
Ooh. Be able to make my own money.
That's a pretty good one.
Be able to print money.
Yep, I like that. I like that. What would you?
Well, that,
If you could print money, what's the first thing you would buy?
Ooh, I probably would just make like $100,000 and just look at it.
And jerk off on it.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I just like looking at money. Like I love. This is a long time ago, but when I was like selling a bunch of weed and other things that I won't say, I like looking at a stack of money and like, oh shit, I can't. I woke up with $1 and like now I got like 900. Now I got 2,500. It's like, yo, that's just like fucking a rush. It's like
Yeah,
gambling.
yeah.
Same thing. You know?
No, right.
I can understand that.
Making
Put it
money.
like, I had a purple lunch box or something, not a lunch box, a pencil box, and I just put money in it.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
it's nice
especially
having.
in the
It
wintertime.
feels good when you have a bunch of like. Even if I have money in the bank, there's something nice about having like a bunch of cash.
Yeah.
I fucking dig it.
I remember I had like 4,500 from a lawsuit, and I blew that shit in like a few months. But
Yeah.
I had 4,500.
I had 16
Liquor and
grand
hose,
for
dude.
like
It's
10
fucking expensive.
almost 10 years. I held on to 16 grand
damn.
from
Whoa.
a car accident, and then I ended up blowing it slowly. It was just like slowly.
Literally blowing it?
No. That was way before I was doing any of that. Yeah.
Blowing it.
All right, Mike. What about you? You got what? If you could have any superpower in the world, you could have it, but you need to make it up right now.
Honestly, I'm gonna go something simple with this one because like I've been batting some stuff back and forth, but I think it would probably just be the power to smoke as much as I want with no health ramifications.
I like that.
I think that's probably
That
what it
is
would
a
be.
fantastic. Oh man, that's a good one.
Like, because I could do whatever I'm doing with my life anyway.
I
but
need
I could
that.
just smoke
Smoke.
cigarettes.
You could chain smoke cigarettes, and it wouldn't affect you at all.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, we can all wish for a day like that. Maybe it can happen sometime. But
Unbeatable.
We have the technology. We'll figure it out.
that's all we got. We did it, guys. Thank you guys so much for fucking coming. And thank you guys if you're watching and listening. And have a good night.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah, guys.
Fun. That was fun.
I loved it. Yeah, it was a good one, man. We did like an hour and 7 minutes total. Yeah, hell yeah. I had a good time. Yeah, I mean it's easier, man. We can take all this stuff down if you just want, unless you want to.